camera accessories, shoulder rigs, stabilization systems for speedy conditions and lens control. More specifically, the Hydra Arm, the Nucleus M and the Nano 2. Tilta, the company behind these mentioned products, has invited me to Shenzhen in China to visit its headquarters and explore their factory firsthand. And of course, I used the opportunity to meet the two company founders and owners, Mr. Zheng and Mr. Cao. We talked about revolutionizing the market and the challenges behind making filmmaking accessories for creators and filmmakers. And as I'm in China, we also talked about green tea. I hope you enjoy. I'm looking forward to this trip, so while waiting for my plane, I'm already preparing myself for my meeting with Mr. Zheng and Mr. Cao, and I'm thinking about what questions to ask. After all, it's my first time visiting Shenzhen and a great opportunity to talk about products that are exciting so many of us. The flight from Japan to China is about 4 hours long, so I even have a little time to rest before my visit begins. Meet Phil, the head of marketing at Tilta and one of my friendly guides for this trip. After 40 minutes of driving, we arrive at the hotel, and in all honesty, I'm very grateful for having a place to rest, since the next 3 working days will surely be intense. After a quick dinner with Phil and Cyrus, we discuss the plan for the upcoming days, and finally I can retire myself to bed. I woke up to a beautiful day and a view that inspired me to film. To say it differently, it motivates me and sets the right mood for the upcoming day. Phil picked me up and we drove right into crazy Chinese morning traffic. To my pleasant surprise, Yang Xiao, Tilta's CEO in North America, called to check on me and ask how things are going.
Hello. Guess we have.
Hello Yang, apparently there's no video. I thought I'm gonna see you. We are now on the way to the office to meet the founders, and right after we will start with some presentation and then a short lunch and prepare for the interview. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. You
Okay.
good, man.
Thank
Let
you.
me know anything you need my help. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Talk
no
soon.
problem. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
And finally, we arrive at Tilta's headquarters. Welcomed by Mr. Zheng, one of Tilta's founders, he immediately wanted to show me around. Founded in 2010, Tilta has become a well-known name in the filmmaking industry. Being here and finally meeting the people and minds behind their products fills me with excitement and curiosity. Cinedy has known Tilta since the early days when they founded the company. The way they have grown throughout the years and how they kept blooming in their métier has truly been inspiring and a joy to see. After my first introduction to Tilta's headquarters, we get to have lunch together and I can meet Mr. Zhao, the other half of Tilta. And now that we are complete, it is time for the interview. So I'm here with Mr. Zheng and Mr. Zhou from Tilta. And you are both the founders of the company. Where did you actually meet each other?
其实是在我们的第一份工作的时候，我们最开始是同事，但是就是我们第一份工作其实我们是一起离开的，就是差不多
2009年，
对2008年的时候，2008年底的时候，就是可能就是 在一起同一个公司工作，然后工作了大概7、8个月的样子吧。后来我们就自己出来了，创立了铁头。
So you left your previous company, and what was the original idea of Tilta?
首先我们两个都是做设计出身的，然后我们两个同事呢，他是 cameraman， 然后我是后期剪辑，等于是我们俩是
Really? You are an editor?
Yeah,
A video editor?
Yeah. 因为我们之前都学过设计，有美学的这个功底在这里，所以因为在深圳这个地方，它本身就是一个工业比较发达的一个城市，然后正好结合我们的设计方面的这个能力，然后我们觉得可以做跟影视附件方面有关系的产品。
对，其实刚好当年就是也是伍迪马兔出来的时候，然后整个市场的需求也是，就是对附件这块的需求其实是挺迫切的，这个需求很大，然后我们也有能力去设计产品，然后把它做成一个产品，然后我们希望是建立一个就是通过好优质的产品建立一个就是建立一个品牌，然后把我们的产品推向全球。
What was the first product that you actually thought of and made?
就是伍迪马兔相机的这个套件，因为当时我们自己也在拍摄，其实当时也是就是在使用这个相机嘛。其实很多人就是我们的甲方其实不认可，那个时代是不太认可这种小型的这种相机去给你去拍摄啊。但是对，所以说其实它需要把它改装成一个类似于我们的常规拍摄的摄影机的这种样子也好，但样子但它也是非常好用的一个产品，它改变了它的就是优化了它的跟焦，包括还有它遮光，还有在肩扛手提的情况下使用这么一个产品。对，
但是它是没有它的记录和它的供电是不足以支撑一个专业摄影机的，这第一个。第二个原因就是曾先生刚刚说的，就是我们在10年前，大部分的我们的客户他们喜欢很大的摄影机，然后 Pro camera， 然后这样的话更像一个 professional 的一个 cameraman， 所以这个正好是一个契机。然后 Mark 出它的价格极大的降低了大家使用这个产品这种摄影机的这个门槛。
We are all from the beginning of this revolution. Cinedy, Tilta, 13 years? So we all have seen the market changing, the cinematography and the video market changing. What is the most significant change for you guys?
我觉得第一点就是我们整个的，就是从摄影机角度来看啊，就是现在就是摄影机主机的这个，就是各家厂商都在往小型化走，而且是包括现在连大疆都开始做摄影机，然后包括甚至运动相机，它也有很多品牌出现，然后竞争也比较激烈。第二个还有一个就是包括手机现在也开始在动态影像这一块的这种。就是追求就打这些，就是追求动态影像的这种画质啊，就是在整个主机这块也是一个非常就是竞争比较激烈吧，感觉就变化比较大。
OK， 我补充一下刚刚的那个回答。首先2点嘛，第一点是因为我们基于一个公司它有什么样的技术沉淀跟积累，这个就是刚刚曾总说的一个问题。第二个就是我们本身这个行业它一直在发展，它需要什么样的产品？那我们在每一个做一个新产品，包括我们做电子，从 Cage 到电子类的这种产品呢，我们其实是首先基于我们自己有什么样的技术的沉淀，因为我们之前做过我们的 wireless lens control 这一块的这个镜头控制的无线调器的产品，又因为我们正好时代在慢慢的在前进，它需要更多的电子产品来在我们这个行业里面，所以我们就是在我们沉淀的产品的基础上面，然后再进行迎合市场的这个设计。
Fast forward to today, how many products are you actually manufacturing and how many people are you employing in Tilta?
我们目前我们有 7大品类，然后1500个 SKU。然后我们的7大品类分为就是我们的摄影机的附件类，还有第2类就是通用的附件，比如说像跟焦器跟遮光斗，还有第3类是我们的就是稳定器的生态系统，就给 DJI 做的生态系统。然后第4类就是我们的移动拍摄，比如说像float， 还有铁甲，还有我们的那个 Hydra 这个系列，对。然后还有就是我们的小配件系列，现在我们新增了很多小配件系列，然后每天基本上都会在上新。然后还有就是我们的 EDC 的周边系列，包括我们的衣服还有帽子这些都有在做。然后我们的员工数量是截止到目前的话是全球的员工是310人。
Tell me a little bit about the Hydra Mini. Why was it so interesting for you guys to go into this direction to produce this type of product?
关于这个小摇臂，其实我们在4年前做大摇臂的时候，其实就有规划，其实就有想法去做一个更入门的这种产品。但是基于当时，因为4年前当时没有一个就是云台稳定器，它可以用来这种高机动的拍摄，所以我们也是一直等那个机会。刚好在2022年的时候，大家就计划要发布RS3 Pro 嘛。但是其实我们是前期就已经跟他们在深入沟通这个事情，就跟他们一起，包括他们在 RS3 Pro 的开发阶段，我们就开始介入，然后包括我们的同时去在摇臂的开发也是在那个阶段，刚好这么一个契机。然后其实你应该有看到我们现在新的 slogan 就是专业触手可及。其实我们一直以来就希望把这些更专业的设备，像以前我们的大型的车载摇臂，那都是最少是几十万的这种价格在上面。那其实我们现在做的事情就是希望把这类更专业的产品，然后把它平民化，让我们的创作者可以更容易买到它，然后去帮助他创作更丰富的内容。
I would like to take the Nucleus Nano 2, for example. How many hours were put into developing it, and how many parts such a small device has inside?
然后我们总计如果是按照我们的工作日跟工作时来计算的话，是1200个小时，然后我们按周期算的话是30周。然后ULNR 的零件数是总计的零件数是105个零件，125个零件。
Really? 105 parts in the Nucleus Nano 2.
Yeah. That's a Shenzhen speed.
Wow. So maybe my last question is about products. What is the product that you are most proud of that Tilta ever made? Each one of you. What is the one that you're really, really proud?
Nucleus M。因为其实每一次就是它这么多年来，包括到现在为止，它也是我们的一直是销量一直都比较坚挺。然后其实每次我去到海外也好，包括去到很多的，不管是大的片场、小的片场，其实都可以看到它的身影。甚至租赁公司，其实基本上是包括很多独立摄影师，其实包括像我经常在 ins 上面刷，其实都可以就很能刷，经常都可以看到原来我们的身影。就我觉得仅仅是这种被认可，我觉得都不足以说明它很强大。其实ULM 最强的是我们从画第一个草图到把它做成样品，到在 NAB 上参展的时间仅只有1个月。其实它是一套非常复杂的产品，它有6个模块，而且都是无线的。它也是6个模块无线的，像这种都是我们首创的。它很复杂，包括设计，包括整个软件，其实特别复杂的。但是我们只用了1个月时间就做出样品，然后在 NAB 上参展，然后第一次曝光就被大家认可，而且还拿了一个奖。然后一直持续这么多年以来， 7年来，它一直都是我们的销量上的一个销量冠军吧，一直销量冠军。所以我觉得，在我心目中，它是一个我认为最好的产品吧。
1 month development.
Yeah, 1 month. Yeah.
And for you, Mr. Joe, what is the product you're most proud of?
其实我的第一个是跟曾总是一样的，基本上是原理 M， 但是我想说3个，就是除了原理 M 以外，然后还有第2个就是我们的那个 Hydro Armor， 第3个是我们的那个 Armor Man。这3个产品有一个非常大的一个共同点，就是这3个产品在立项刚刚开始做的时候，其实大家都不是特别支持。刚开始大家会有一点点，因为好像不是我们特别擅长的一个地方，但是因为原理 M 我们有足够的技术积累，然后我们能够很快速的想把这个事情做好。我觉得其实跟时间您觉得时间短，是因为您觉得好像很不可思议，但其实在我们看来，当这个东西已经在你的脑海里很久的时候，你再去做的话是很快的。我想说的是，就是当一个公司它面对变革的时候，其实往往是这种变革的产品是让一个公司上台阶的。往回看8到9年以后，这个产品往往是这个产品最让一个公司上台阶了。包括后来的 Armor Man 和还有那个我们的那个 Hydro Armor 也是这样子。所以这几个产品都不是套件，都不是 cage 这一块的。
On a personal level, nothing to do about products. Why do you love green tea so much?
我好像没有说过我喜欢绿茶，只是我觉得其实茶这个东西，我觉得对现在在中国，我觉得年轻人来讲，可能大家都不是特别喜欢喝茶了，但是就是怎么讲呢？我觉得可能是因为年龄没到还是怎么样，然后现在也会去尝试一下，可能它是不是真的对身体有好处什么样？其实你不去试也不知道，所以说还不如试一试。其实试完之后，我觉得喝茶还挺舒服的，然后也可以去买一些淘一些这种茶器啊，我觉得挺有意思的，你知道吗？就是可能去淘一些不同的茶回来喝，我觉得它比较有趣啊，它已经超越了那种就是很多人我们会认为以前的大人喝茶就是那种很土。但我觉得喝茶也挺有意思的，就是我们可能用新的方式，对吧？用一些我们年轻人喜欢的器皿，对吧？用喜欢的方式，那不用老派的那种泡茶的方式，我觉得也挺好的，就是去尝试一下，尝试一下你发现还挺有趣的，我觉得挺有趣吧。它不是说一种，真的它能够养生或者怎么样，我觉得这个在我们这个年龄阶段，我觉得我可能不会去太考虑养生的问题，就觉得有趣，然后尝试一下，待会我可以泡一杯给你喝。
And Mr. Joe, are you also into tea, Chinese tea, or something completely different?
I really like the Chinese tea. Yeah.
Guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the hospitality.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
It was really, really great talking to you. Thank you.
My precious.
Thank you. Thank you. High-end products made for the mass market. Tilta is also represented in the US. The headquarters here in Shenzhen makes up one of 3 locations that complete the company. I cannot wait for tomorrow's factory visit when Phil will be guiding me through it. But for today's grand finale, we are going out for a small, delicious culinary experience. Are we under pressure? A little bit, time pressure?
No,
No?
no, no.
那这两个箱子呢
This is the latest Tilta fashion.
？Yes.
Huh? Okay, everything needs to be closed?
Yes.
Okay,
If you
wait,
have-
wait. I have to get it. I have to get it right. You know, it's like when you do for kids. This is my new outfit.
Yes.
And thank you. So this is the normal way. Can I do this also the cool way?
Oh.
Or maybe no?
Maybe no way.
Okay.
Our product.
So this is line one. What is line one for?
Now is for Nucleus Nano 2. 来看一下电池，它不用，不是。
We have orange clothes.
Yes.
Some have white.
Mm-hmm.
Others have yellow.
Yes.
What's the difference?
It's different type to for like this one for
Yeah.
gas.
Yeah,
Yes, as you.
I'm a guest. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
And the
white
white
one,
one
yeah.
for our workers.
Okay.
Yes.
And
The yellow one for the manageable people.
Management.
Yeah, management.
Okay. Good. I learned something. Phil, this is my favorite room. One of my favorite rooms. Really, it's very nice.
Yes.
What are those people doing? Are they preparing some ski equipment or? Yeah, is Tilta in the ski business now? What's going on?
Actually, it's made for the Hydra Mini. You
Okay.
can see all the modules here are made for, and we are just testing the product.
Let's change
Yes.
position
Yes, yes.
because
We will see
I
the
want to
Hydra
show where
Mini.
is this. I hope you can see
Yes.
this. This is amazing. And this device is already selling.
Yeah, we have already sell to USA marketing and the China marketing. Also, Europe marketing will soon come.
Do you see this device becoming even smaller in the future, or it's very difficult to make it even smaller?
You mean the light version?
That's right, even lighter.
Depends on the sales situation.
Okay.
We have to listen to our customers. We love to listen to our customers if they want.
Last but not least, there is one more building to see, the warehouse. What an honor to meet all the hardworking people behind Tilta. Visiting the factory accompanied by my host was such a nice experience, but now I'm very happy to go out for a farewell meal with Cyrus and Kobe. The whole Tilta team made me feel very welcome throughout my entire trip, and I cannot thank them enough for their hospitality, positive energy, and goodwill. Thank you very much. Guys, see you soon. Thank you, Tilda. It has been a pleasure to watch you grow throughout the years, and I cannot wait to see what is about to come. The precision and detail you put into your work and the calmness you have while doing so are inspiring.